they report to direct. It is a private business and a private enterprise, but the public sector, they report directly to the government, either at the local, at the state, or at the federal level. But then, what exactly is the government itself doing? That is what's being reported to. Like, how as a government itself even command the respect and trust of the citizens? One would have assumed that there are more churches and mosques that springs up in every nook and cranny of Nigeria. They higher the morals in our society, but it is not so. Like, literally, it is ought to believe that in every day of our lives in Nigeria, that churches and monks must keep springing up. The morality, like morals, the moral decadence in Nigeria need to have reduced, but alas, it is just opposite, because I believe the more churches and mosques comes up, the more morally deprived we become. Like, as a country, I really think our religious leaders need to look beyond making the religion and religious institutions as some kind of money making factory, and rather preach the gospel of what it expects to be, and not to interpret the scriptures in the ways that best suit their own interest. The situation is that the more religious we get, the baser we become. Our land never knew the type of bloodshed experienced from religious extremists. Like, the number of deaths and bloodshed that have happened in Nigeria as a result of bloodshed, as a result of religion, it is very, very alarming. And then we all practice the religion of peace, either Christianity or Islam or whatever religion it might be. Our land never knew the type of bloodshed experienced from religious extremists, political desperados, ritual killers, armed robbers, kidnappers, internet scammers, university cultists, lynch mobs, etc. Life has become so cheap and brutish that every day seems to be a bonanza. Like, you just have to just keep thanking God that you wake up alive in your own country, that you ought to be safe in your own society. That is very, very religious. We import the petroleum that we have in abundance, rice and beans that our land can produce in abundance, and even toothpick that our primary school children can produce with little or no effort. Is that not even degrading? Yet we drive the best of cars and live the best of air devices, visit the best places in the world for holidays, and use the most expensive electronic and telecom gadgets. It is now a sign of poverty for a Nigerian to drive a saloon car, a four-wheel drive it is. Even government officials who were known to use only Peugeot cars as official cars as a sign of modesty have upgraded to Toyota Prado without any iota of shame. In a country where about 70% live below poverty, private jets have become as common as cars. A nation that imports toothpick campaigns, flaunts wealth and wallows in ostentation at the time its children are trooping to Ghana, South Africa, and UK for university education, and the sick people are running to India for treatments. It is very, very sad of what Nigeria or Africa has become as a country. India produces automobile and exports it to the world. India's medical care is second to none, with even Americans and Europeans traveling to the country for medical treatment. India has joined the nuclear powers. India has launched a successful mission to the moon. Yet bicycles and tricycles are a common sight in India, but in Nigeria, under the wretched of the earth, rides bicycles. I have intentionally chosen to compare Nigeria with India rather than China, South Korea, Brazil, Malaysia, or Singapore because of the similarities between India and Nigeria. But these countries were not as promising as Nigeria at the time of independence. Let's take, for instance, the United Arab Emirates, Dubai. Dubai and Nigeria got independence in the same year and probably same month. I am not really sure, but they got independence on the same 1960. But take a look at UAE and take a look at Nigeria of today. Some would say that our undoing is our size. The 2012 United Nations estimate puts Nigeria's population at 116 million, 166 million, now 200 million plus, while India has a population of 1.2 billion. Some will blame it on the multiplicity of ethnic groups. We have 250 ethnic groups, but India has more than 2,000 ethnic groups. Some will hang it on the diversity in religion. We have two major religions, Christianity and Islam, but India has many. Some will say it is because we are young as an independent nation. We have 62 years of independence. India has 65 years of independence, while apartheid ended in South Africa only in 1994. Now, exactly, what should Nigeria explain or say about the cause of this massive and very, very degrading failure of its nation as a state? We can't talk about colonization. Yes, we were colonized, but for how long? Since way how many back? We can right the wrongs. The Rwanda genocide is there, but Rwanda is flourishing now under the leadership of President Paul Kagame. Anyways, if there's anything you'd like to say about it, you can just drop in comments right under. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.